All right, people, how you doing? How you doing? Everybody out there, can you hear me? What's up, Facebook Live? How you doing? It's your man, Tim Black. What's up, YouTube? Let's roll.
Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. Truth. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
All right, everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Tim Black at Night. It is Friday, people. It is Friday. Hold on a second. It's Friday. Hold on. It's Friday, y'all. Hold on. Let's play the music real quick. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's do this the right way, guys. If you are on. All right, here we go.
Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. Truth. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
All right. Soul Brother in the house. What's up? I told y'all, man, I'm tired of not having hair. I'm tired of it. Got on my afro, man. What's up? What is up, people? Call me Isaac from the Love Boat. It's the Love Boat. It's the Love Boat. That's black, baby. What? Black power. We're powerless. It doesn't work that way. Hey, guys, how you doing? Welcome to Tim Black at Night Show. I'm your host, Tim Black. I'm feeling really good. I'm getting away with doing stuff, you know. I can put on an afro wig if you're on the radio listening. If you're on the iTunes, you don't know it, but I'm wearing a wig right now. It's an afro wig. If I had hair, back in the day I did have hair, but it wasn't like this. I had like a hot top. I had a hot top at one time. Those were the days. All right, guys, here we go. Tonight is Freedom Friday, so you know what that means, guys. It's when you get to call up to the show, you dial in, and you become part of the conversation. You get to, rant. Talk about things that matter to you. That's what you get to do, all right? But I like to kick it off with saying hello to everybody out there in Facebook. Hey, Facebook, how you doing? Facebook people. Can I get a little love for the hair, man? What's up, man? Never seen a brother with hair? I don't know, man. I feel like a character of myself. I'm gonna take this off. I'll be back. Try this. All right. There we go. What I have, ladies and gentlemen, for my monologue tonight is a prop. Now this prop is a pimp's cane with a dollar sign in it. If you can't see it, guys, I'm holding my pimp cane. Now this pimp cane does not symbolize what you think it symbolizes. No. This pimp cane symbolizes not that for pimping women's or guys too, because guys they prostitute. This is for pimping the way the Democrat Party is pimping all you Democrats. Guys, give it up for that. That's right. You're being pimped. Give me my votes. Get out there and give me my votes, sucker. If I come by here one more time and you ain't rounding up my votes, I'm going to hit you with this cane. That's what I'm going to do. Give me some talcum powder for my hand. So I smack you and make the dust fly like LeBron. Understand? The Democratic Party is pimping the American people. You know how they're doing it, guys? They're doing it with allegation after allegation to keep you bamboozled, keep you locked in, keep you focused. Now they got you scared of Russia. Before they had you scared of what was it? They got you always scared of the Republicans, the evil, racist Republicans. Now they're scaring you with Russia. Yeah, every time it's always something. And in order to play a mind game on you to keep you out there on that corner, getting those votes in, getting those donations in, and most importantly, voting them into office and blindly following in behind them. That's right. That's what they're doing. You're being pimped, baby. You're being pimped. Recognize it. Recognize the truth for which I speak. Where's my voters? Where's my voters? Give me some votes in here. Don't make me have to raise up. Put my cane here. Ladies and gentlemen, all we've been hearing about all week is the talks of Russia hacking the presidency, hacking our election. Not that they actually hacked in. First, the title itself is very misleading to the layperson who does not have time to read into this stuff. No one is even alleging that the Russians hacked into the voting booths. No one is alleging that Russians hacked into the polling centers and manipulated the poll results. No, that's not the allegation. The allegation is that they exposed information, just information, compromised information, released information, hacked into computers to get words, letters, documents, and gave them to the light of day. That's the allegation. So on its surface, just as a person who doesn't do what you guys do, which is tune into this stuff, you're just a person who works every day, occasionally looks on Facebook, occasionally watches a video, you're already being misled because they're not truly telling just on the surface what this is about. Okay? Second thing, they say that the Russians hacked the election via WikiLeaks. I have an article I want to share with you. This is serious. I was looking at this, and I had to keep looking for it. This is the reason why I'm a little late today. Because I stumbled across it, and I said, you know what, I got to use this as an instrument. I have to tell people, there's a statistic going around, a statistic about mainstream media coverage of WikiLeaks that will truly disintegrate the argument that the WikiLeaks documents, though I appreciate them so much, that they may have had very little to do with the actual election results. One of the main reasons why is that most of the people who read WikiLeaks more than likely weren't going to vote for Hillary anyway, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is there was hardly any mainstream media coverage of WikiLeaks. In fact, NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt devoted 0 seconds to the Democrat and WikiLeaks on Thursday night's ABC World News Tonight with David Muir. David Muir gave it the same time shot clock in college basketball, 30 seconds. To put the importance of the evening news editorial in context, the size of its collective audience each night trounces the highest-rated program on CNN. In Wednesday night's case, that was Anderson Cooper 360 with 1.925 million viewers. 1.9 million viewers on Anderson Cooper's show, right? On MSNBC, it was All In with Chris Hayes with 1.926 million, right there with Anderson Cooper. On Fox News, it was the O'Reilly Factor with 3.7 million. Add all those up, and it's just shy of 7.6 million. 7.6 million viewers. All about 1/3 the number of people watching ABC, NBC, and CBS, the networks presenting, in theory anyway, straight news stories without the opinion and conjecture that dominates cable news. The point is this. WikiLeaks was covered 7% of the time, if you compare that to Donald Trump's coverage of the statement about just grab them in the vajayjay. That just grabbed them in the vajayjay, plus the accusers that they rolled out in that succession, the amount of media coverage to those negative stories on mainstream media, destroys and obliterates any coverage of WikiLeaks. Folks, what I'm trying to tell you is this is all fake news. Even if the Russians' intentions, if they had something to do with it, well, I have not seen evidence that they did, had anything to do with Hillary's loss. But even if they did have something to do with the information that was released that was true about Hillary or Hillary's people, that impact, folks, was not pushed in mainstream media. Donald Trump was given $2 billion worth of free coverage from the media. All of it negative, most of it negative. There was no positive conversations on these mainstream media liberal news networks. The liberal news networks like CNN, which was one of the major contributors to the Clinton campaign, how much do you think they talked about WikiLeaks? Hardly any, right? That's the whole point. The whole idea that the Russians hacked in to expose Hillary Clinton. Who saw it? Only people who dug for it. And those people already were, in my opinion, now this is not scientific, this is just my opinion, those people that were willing to look for WikiLeaks already smelt the rat, already were not Clinton voters to begin with. Let me put an analogy out there for everyone and see if you get where I'm going. There are people who steal from Walmart every day. They steal Snickers bars, bras, I don't know, toys, makeup. They steal things from Walmart. But does that amount of theft have anything to do with the bottom line at the end of the day, how much Walmart takes home? How much does that truly impact Walmart's ability to sell, or Walmart's ability to be the biggest real retailer on the globe in history? Now, if you want to focus on the theft, the petty theft that goes on in Walmart, it's probably something there that you can say. But how much is that really impacting the bottom line? There'd probably be more impacts to the bottom line from waste, right? Waste, like food that goes past the expiration date, clothing that's damaged in storage or in transit. There are other factors that may impact the bottom line of Walmart. But at the end of the day, it's still Walmart, man. So my point is this. If hackers impacted Hillary Clinton's campaign, you must look at it in the context of a $1.2 billion campaign where she got overwhelming positive media coverage, where she got unbelievable amounts of support from Hollywood to radio, terrestrial radio, broadcast radio, all of the machine itself. Hillary Clinton had the benefit of all those things. And for them to look at this one thing and go, this thing is so impactful that it's going to be the basis of restructuring everything in our society, that we need to go on the verge of going to war with Russia over it, is ludicrous. And here's another thing, guys. Here's another thing I want to point out to that. Hacking. I heard a NBC correspondent say this. The Russians are very good at hacking. They're like the best in the world, only to America. See, I'm not going to sit here. I'm not on the right or the left. I just try to be on the truth line. That's me. That's what I try to do. I'm not saying that the Russians never hack American interests or companies. Of course they do, man. Yes, they do. Americans hack other countries. All of it does. What was Edward Snowden talking about? He was talking about espionage going on in America where we were always hacking into other people. Other people hacking to us. This is what happens in this world. But did they really impact the elections? Did they really flip it? Was the exposure, was the vessel of WikiLeaks so impactful that it destroyed Hillary Clinton's campaign? If you look at the analysis, if you look at the numbers, you will see it did not get the coverage to destroy Hillary's campaign. She was destroyed against Obama, and there was no hacking, right? Maybe she's just a flawed candidate. Maybe she was going to lose anyway. Maybe this is just truth-telling, though inconvenient for you. And maybe we need to wake up and recognize when we are being played, when we're being hustled, when we are being pimped by the establishment, carrying off false narratives to do what? To do what? Sell radio time. Listen, guys, if the mainstream media didn't have this to talk about, go out and get my votes. Y'all need to be scared. Scared of me. You better be scared of me. And go out and get my money. If they didn't have this to talk about, what would they be talking about? They just lost an election in a landslide in the Electoral College. They lost a number of governorships. We lost the House and the Senate. What else would they be talking about? They just had a field day. You know how much money these networks just soaked in? That's the other thing that really pisses me off. Do you realize how much money the mainstream media just made off Donald Trump? Do you realize that? They just made out big time. For the last 6 months, they've been swimming in gold and diamonds, man. That's what they've been doing. And now they cry foul. No, we need to wake up. We need to realize that we cannot be puppets. And I'll keep saying it. We cannot be their sheep. We cannot afford to do it. Any impact that any foreign country had was minuscule, if at all. At all. I have yet to see evidence. Show me the numbers, baby. Show me the numbers where this was so detrimental. And once again, we are talking about facts. We are talking about truth that was uncovered, not fake stories. These are truth. WikiLeaks is undisputably a reliable source. No one's questioning the source. Now you're talking about the intentions of the source. And frankly, guys, that's just stupid. You judge something based on its accuracy, not on the intention. If I tell you something, as long as it's true, it's true. My thoughts, my personal reasons for telling you matter not. We need to stop being played, and we're being played horrifically. And I'm really starting to get to my end of my rope with this. I really am, because there are many, many, many journalists who are trumpeting out this thing. They're just pounding the drums, guys. They're pounding the drums, and they're saying, oh, this is a bipartisan issue. This is something that affects us all. I said it before, and I'll keep saying it. If Hillary Clinton won this election, if she won this election, this would not be a conversation. They'd be too busy throwing victory parties and dancing. They would not have to push a narrative to stay relevant, to keep your eyes glued to the tube. When will you realize how important money plays and power plays into the whole equation? Right now, as they talk about Russia, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, all the defense contractors are lining up, running ads on their material, running ads on their shows. Look at what happens if you can sit through any of that crap. Look at the commercials that are running on those segments. Look at them, and you'll see what I see. A money grab at your expense. This is not about liking Trump or disliking Trump. This is just truth. They blame millennials, they blame women, they blame blacks, they blame Latinos, they blame Russia. When will you realize it's just the blame? Oh, they also blame Jill Stein. They blame Bernie Sanders. Besides Hillary Clinton, the only real blame is mainstream media. They propped up Trump at the expense of all other candidates. And they propped up Hillary at the expense of Bernie Sanders and shut him out of the conversation. But, of course, that's not a conspiracy. Who do we go to for the shutout of Bernie Sanders? No one, because it's not worth money. That's all I got, guys. Recognize when you're being pimped, and if you're going to allow yourself to be pimped, at least be pimped with your eyes open and realize that you are a hoe. If that's a career choice you want to make, go right ahead, brother. Sister, go right ahead. I choose not to be pimped. I'm not going to be sucking. I'm not going to...
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
I ain't falling for no banana in the tailpipe. Russia challenges U.S. to prove campaign hacking claims or shut up. Yeah, prove it or shut up. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. Donald Trump says, hey, if this is true, why are you just now saying something? Why didn't you say something months ago? Why are we just now hearing about this? Why wasn't all the networks talking about this problem, this conspiracy, this rigging of our elections, this stolen democracy? When Trump said that the elections were rigged, you called him a nutbag. You said he was a liar. You said he was doing it to his own benefit. Okay, now you say it, and it's your patriotic duty. And once again, I hate to keep saying it, but I'm not saying it to kiss Trump's ass. I'm just not. I'm just saying it because you're hypocritical. And we're all tired of it. And this is all I want my audience to do, besides become part of the wolf pack, because I need you to do that. I need everyone to make a decision going forth into 2017, man, that we are not going to play political party lines. You know, we don't have to choose to be a part of this stupid battle between Republicans and Democrats. No, you know what? I'd rather just have 100,000 people, man. I don't need 500,000, 1 million people if there's going to be a bunch of people who are locked into this dual party crap. We want truth. We want truth. Join me on that quest, because that's the only quest that's ethical in my opinion. And I've looked around and I've done the numbers. I know there's more to be had if you go on those sides, but that's not what I'm in it for. I don't need a gold toilet, but what I do need is to speak the truth. At the end of the day, unless they can produce evidence that the Russians ruined the election, they need to shut up. I just presented you with numbers to show that WikiLeaks coverage really did not penetrate. Just because you paid attention and I paid attention, my mama don't know what a WikiLeaks is. Ask some of your family members who don't really pay attention to the internet what they thought. The bottom line was it was a horrible strategy, a horrible campaign, a poor candidate, a horrific message, a dismal, empty message. And this is her third time losing. What do you want? All right. That's all I got, guys. Give it up for that. Tonight's show and all shows are sponsored. Well, it's not sponsored. We're in partnership. I have my own coffee. It's Tim Black Coffee Special Blend. Someone said Tim's been taken over by Big Coffee. No. Someone made me a coffee, and I love it. It's Tim Black Special Blend. And you can go get that at timblacktv.com. You'll find a link for it. And I hope you try it out and you like it. Also, this show is brought to you, as all my shows are brought to you, by my own merchandise, which I'm in a partnership with Spreadshirt, where they make the shirts and send them, and look, I've never had a single complaint of anyone who's purchased merchandise from these guys. Nobody takes my Cornbread shirt, and I've got many others. So please check those out if you want to support the show. Also, I'm on Patreon if you want to get into that, if you want to do a monthly thing or a one-time thing even. Tim's Take Live on Patreon. More coffee in me. So so anyway, guys, enough of my rants. Enough today. Call into the show. Let me know what you think. Let me know what's on your mind tonight. This is your show. I'm just the driver. You tell me where to go. You're the GPS. The phone number is 319-527-6212. That's 319-527-6212. Call in. Call in. Don't be pimped. Call in. I'm going to keep going to that. I think it's perfect. Where's my votes? Where's my votes? Where's my voters? Hey, where are my voters? Where are you at? You better get out there and hustle up some votes. I'm going to work on that. All right. All right, guys. You guys ready to call in? Ready to get your comment on? What's up, Facebook? How y'all doing, man? Good to see y'all out there. Hey, man, I had the afro wig on earlier. That just didn't feel right. You know, if it don't feel right, it looked funny in the stores. Like, oh, this is going to be funny. And it's like, I don't know, it's a little bit too much. I like the dreads better, you know. I want to look like, I don't know, I want to look like I'm cross-dressing. I ain't cross-dressing, you know. Add a little fun to the show, but I think the pimp cane works, though. I like that. Where's my voters? All right.
Bye, Felicia.
Oh, shut up, Tim Black.
Playing with my money is like playing with my emotions.
All right, guys, so I'm getting all set up. Let's see, callers. So now, you get 5 minutes. You call into the Tim Black Friday at Night Show, Friday, Freedom of Speech Show. You get 5 minutes of uninterrupted conversation. You get to rant about whatever you want to rant about. Tell me what's on your mind. Any topic. No topic is off limits, except hate speech. Oh, no, we don't do the hate speech. Don't call up, oh, I can't stand the Jews. Oh, the Jews. No.
Bye, Felicia.
Oh, what's wrong with the blacks? These freaking blacks. No.
Bye, Felicia.
Oh, the gays. Oh, just too many gay people. Why are so many gays on TV?
Bye, Felicia.
Any hate speech. And now I'm learning that people are saying, Tim, there's white hate too. Okay, well, no hating on white people. Hey, he's white. Good credit having ruler of the country. I don't know.
Bye, Felicia.
I don't know. I guess it's bad too in the context. I don't know. It's like a whole group of people that are like, we're tired of being put down because we're white. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. God. You talking about social justice warriors. And now you complain. Then they complain because they're white. They say they're getting put down because they're white. I'm like, what? When you are, when you have a six-pack, you got big muscles, you're all young, your skin straight, you got the perfect tan, and some fat guy calls you ugly, you don't even get mad, do you? You're like, I'm going to outlive you, you fat bastard. I mean, that's what it sounds like. I'm sorry. That's what it sounds like when you complain that people are picking on white folks, and I know your life might not be that great, but there are a lot of people who trade places with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, in this country, I'm talking about far away. I'm talking about here. Anyway, I just think it's funny. But anyway, no hate speech. No hate speech, guys. None. It's just funny that these guys, they always, I don't know. All right, I'm going to go to it. That's why Dylan Roof lost it. He's like, all these blacks are taking over the country because they're making rap videos. He's like, they're taking over the country. Like, oh, man, I don't support the death penalty, but this guy's he really pushed it. Like, oh, man. He made me really have to dig down deep and really, bear down. And, no, Tim, you're against the death penalty. Tim, no, stay, hold on to it, man. I really had to bear down, man. God. So then I said, well, maybe he didn't need to be born. Maybe that. Getting that time machine, Momo, getting that time machine, go back in time, baby. All right. Everybody that's on hold, thank you for holding. I'm going to go to my first call, man. I got my headphones ready. I'm having fun tonight, man. You guys are great. I'm sure we got some comments out here. My first phone call tonight is from a 562 number. 562, you're live with Tim Black on Freedom Friday. What's your name and where you calling from?
What's up, Tim Black? This is Marvin from California.
Marvin from California, up in the house. What's up, Marvin?
Man, I am so surprised because, man, I swear I just got home like 15 minutes ago, started listening through the phone. I had no idea I was going to be the first call. Wow, man, you must have a slow night. But it's crazy because your monologue tonight, man, was hitting. And before I even say my comment, which really isn't a long comment, man, your show Wednesday night, oh my God, man, you was in rarefied earth, right? I mean, you was just in rarefied form right there, man. You, from beginning to end, oh my gosh, you what's the Method Man song? Bring the pain.
Bring
that's
the
what you
pain.
did, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
The whole show, bro, man, wow. That was the most off the hook show I didn't seen in a long time. Your boy, last week or the week before, the campaign manager for Jill Scott.
David Cobb, David
Jill
Cobb.
Stein.
Yeah.
I watched that show too. That was a good one, but Wednesday night, my brother. That was you bringing like that, man. Woo, man. But let me get this out the way too. My sister, she's doing well. I told you, she's going through chemo. The frequent part of the chemo, she's doing I think once a month now. She's already got to the point where her hair is growing back and looking, beautiful. She's doing well. She's progressing well, and everything is fine with her. And I'm thanking God that I still have my sister every day.
That's right, man. Thank you for the update, brother.
But man, this whole thing with this Russian thing, I'm really, really, really tired. Man, I've mentioned before, I have two kids. I have a 13, almost 14-year-old daughter and a 10, almost 11-year-old daughter. When they come and tell me some stuff, I hold them to higher standards than what the CIA, this government, Obama's administration is trying to come at the American people. You know what I mean? When my kids come to me, you got to come with me with exactly what you said. You got to come with me some facts. You got to come with me, and I'm going to be asking questions back, making sure that everything that you're saying is jiving. And it's a trip that you got people that's just taking the word of the government at face value, just conveniently forgetting or was already ignorant of the fact that America has done the same exact thing that we're accusing Russia of being there all over the world.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm just tired of hearing it, and it's a sad state that you got grown-up people, elected people in this country that are trying to run some kindergarten games on the people who put them in office, because they lost. And that was the candidate, the establishment candidate who lost, but they're so scared and tucked between, tail tucked between their legs that they're trying to make us buy any asinine story that they can pull out of their butt. You know what I mean? And
right.
If that's what you think of us, that's this government, you think so much of us that you want us to believe crap. Come on, not me. Mm-mm. Like I said before, I've never been a Democrat, and at this rate, I never will be another one. Wow. Let me rephrase that. I was never a registered Democrat until Bernie joined the Democratic Party to run. Then I switched my, unaffiliated to Democrat. And as soon as after the primary in California voted, matter of fact, it was easy because they called it for Hillary before the polls even closed in Cali. that next week, I switched my party. I turned green. I'll never be a Democrat again, nor a Republican. Never entered my mind. But anyway, I'm rambling. That's all I wanted to say, Tim.
No doubt, brother. No doubt.
Bro, keep bringing the pain.
I will, man.
Keep bringing the pain, bro.
Hey, man, thank you, Marvin, man, for your phone call. You got it, brother. Good up for Marvin, man, out there in California, man. Putting it down, keeping it real. I appreciate the props, too, brother. You know, yeah, that was a monumental show, man. Thank you so much for that. And you're right, man. They do think we're stupid, you know, and they think we don't question. And we got journalists who are supposed to be our gatekeepers, man, of truth, who are supposed to be our sounding board, who's supposed to distill this stuff. We got them just immediately just repeating it. No fact checking at all. And it hurts me when I see someone who has, you know, millions of followers just reverb, you know, being an echo chamber of propaganda from the government. You know, when you say prove it, that should be the first thing he would say. Like, the first thing a journalist would say is, prove it. Show me something. You know, give me some proof to this. But I'm telling you, man, these people just want to cozy up with the establishment at all means possible. They just want to be in. And they'll stand up for one issue. So just because somebody stands up on one issue does not mean they're for the people. They stood up conveniently for one thing and say, okay, I got my street cred. Now let me go cave in on everything else. I see what you're doing. You don't fool me with it. I see what you're doing. All right? All right, next call. Thank you so much for being here. I got a 1111111 in the house. You're live with Tim Black Freedom Friday. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hey, how you doing? You're live. Who's this?
Oh, great. It's Jane. I'm from Massachusetts. How are you? And thank you so much for just having your show. I just love your show, and I really appreciate it. So thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Jane. I appreciate you, lady. Thank you.
Let's sprinkle some crack on them and get out
Thank
of
you
here.
for calling up. What's on your mind tonight?
Oh, well, actually, you're going to laugh at this. I had you on my little Kindle, and actually, I was playing an old show, and I thought it was tonight's show, and I just realized it was like from a few months ago, and I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't the right day. I was on the wrong day. I'm like, okay, let me find it. I don't know why I was such a hard time finding it. It was hilarious. Anyway, I'm like, oh, okay, let me find the show, the live show.
It's all good.
So anyway, what's on my mind? You know, I actually want to move forward with this Russia thing and everything, and I did actually listen to a little bit of Obama's speech today, or his presentation, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I just feel like sometimes I just feel like he's acting like a parent, you know, like kind of chastising people. I don't know. I think he has that quality sometimes that he likes to chastise people, you know, saying, hey, it just about what's going on with the media. He was chastising the media, and they deserved it. But he was not even mentioning about Bernie Sanders. The thing that pissed me off a little bit was he's saying, you know, he wasn't being fair to Clinton or anything, but he never even mentioned once Bernie Sanders, about how he never even gotten just like a smidgen of media support. And this thing about not even talking about the primaries and not even acknowledging it, saying like there was a shit show. Excuse me. It's not even mentioning about the DNC thing. Oh, we have to clean up some things, and not even mentioning once the DNC being a piece of, you know what.
Right.
That really pisses off. They didn't even mention that. So it's like if you want to really see change or anything, you have to also, it's like they have to look at themselves. I'm talking about the Democrats. They have to look at themselves in the mirrors and say, hey, you know what? We seriously messed up. And to chastise other people and put the blame on other people's shoulders except their own, really, that's not moving forward, in my opinion. They need to, I'm saying they, but really they need to put the responsibility on their shoulders as well, because we're in this predicament because of we've got a lot of people just looking out for their own needs and not looking out for the people's needs. And then this thing about people thinking, I don't know, I just feel like this mentality about, oh, these politicians are our parents, but no, they're our equals, and we voted them in, and they're supposed to be doing their job for us. They're not our parents, so they shouldn't be chastising us for once and telling us, oh, we know what's good for you. It's like, no, we the people know what's good for us. Not so don't be chastising the people. You need to be talking to people as if they're equals, not like we know better than you. So I think they need to stop that BS. Another thing. Okay, so if we're going to move forward, we got to also look at the stupid cabinet people that Trump is picking. Honestly,
right.
Some of those people, Goldman Sachs, Exxon, please. I mean, they're not there for anybody except for themselves. I'm not saying all of them, but I mean, even the person that he's appointing for education, she wants to privatize everything. She has no clue. She doesn't even support public education. So, ew. That's all I could say is ew. That's
right.
disgusting. I just want to, So, so moving forward, but I think this is also the silver lining. Whoever was going to become president, and neither of them were, stellar in my opinion. It was Bernie Sanders, really. I think Bernie Sanders deserves to be in that place because of where we're at as a nation. We're pretty much in a very rocky situation. But the silver lining of this whole thing, I believe, is that we have a lot more activism going on, and a lot more people, waking up and saying, "Oh, I got to pay attention now. I can't just sit back on my recliner and just, watch TV or something." It's more like people are paying attention and actually doing something, which is cool. And then going back, one last thing is Standing Rock. I'm so elated that I'm just so elated for Standing Rock, but I also want to shout out and give love and prayers to the people in Standing Rock, for the people that are still there in their horrible weather conditions. So
right.
that's amazing.
All right.
But I really appreciate you having this show and having this moment for everyone to say their piece and everything. So thank you.
You're welcome, Jane. Thank you for calling up and speaking your truth, woman. I appreciate you. That's right. That's right. Let me keep it moving. Jane had a lot of good points there. Let's keep it going.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, sucker. Let's get it on.
610. You're live with Tim Black on Freedom Friday. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, Tim. This is Jenny Ray.
Hey, Jenny Ray. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing, Tim?
Excellent. What's up? What's going on?
So what's been on my mind this week? Oh, and by the way, I'm just throwing this out there. I know you probably get a lot of calls, messages, whatever. You may recognize me as the crazy woman who sent you a photo of me wearing my Cornbread shirt on Thanksgiving because I found it to be really ironic. And my family was like, "What the heck does that shirt mean?" I was like, "It's a show I listen to. You wouldn't get it." So I'm like, they voted for Trump. They don't have to know.
Well, look, give it up for you, Jenny. I think I remember you. Thank you so much on Facebook, right?
Yes, I'm on Facebook.
Yeah, that was Facebook. Yeah, I remember you. Thank you so much. Thanks for holding it down, too, and representing at the dinner table on Thanksgiving.
No, and absolutely everybody who is thinking about it, buy T-shirts from Tim Black's shop. They're really awesome. You will have no regrets. And I really want that Revolution one with the Bernie on it because that's definitely the next one I'm going to get because it's fantastic.
Thank you, lady.
So what's on my mind this week? What's on my mind is election integrity. And so all of a sudden, the Democratic Party is suddenly so into election integrity. And I'm sitting here, I'm scratching my head, and I'm getting yelled at on Facebook every time I bring it up, wondering where was your focus on this during the Nevada caucus, during Iowa when you had 0.06% of the vote separating Bernie and Hillary, and they're putting her out on the stage announcing a win. When you had all these issues in Arizona, I was a conspiracy theorist back then. I didn't have a leg to stand on. But all of a sudden, it's like election integrity, and I'm going to deny that election integrity is important, and we have to look into it. But why were we not looking into this back during the primaries? when exit polls were off beyond the margin of error in 12 different states, and instead of looking into it, they stopped exit polling. It's just making me scratch my head, Tim. I ain't getting it. I'm not understanding this. I'm not connecting.
No, absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's like the Republicans who push back as well. I mean, they don't realize how much they sound just like the Republicans who were doing that, who are now doing that. When Jill Stein said she wanted to do a recount, they're like, no, we don't need a recount. We don't need a recount. That's because their guy won. And that's the same way the Democrats were feeling about Hillary Clinton. She was winning. That's all they cared about. They don't care how she won. Some of them even admitted, Jenny, that there were problems. But they're saying, well, hey, it's not fair, but that's the way it is. So good luck with that.
It was actually really hard to ignore the fact that there were problems, especially when you had that 100-page paper put out by, a Truth Vote after the elections, actually showing statistical analysis of things. It's pretty hard to deny that there were issues. But what's also really funny, as you mentioned, Jill Stein's recount. I had people who had actually blocked me on Facebook, suddenly trying to send me messages saying, hey, Jill, your girl Jill Stein's awesome now. She's doing a good thing. And I'm responding with, well, that's funny. That's kind of funny because she said she was going to push for this regardless of the results of the election just because of election integrity. They don't seem to get that she's not after it to win, that she's really just kind of looking into the process. But all of a sudden they're like, yeah, go Jill, you're awesome. And I'm like, this also isn't adding up. But what do I know? I'm just a Bernie bro, so...
A Bernie bro.
And I'm half Russian on my mom's side, so I'm evil, and
Right. That's a double. You're in double jeopardy right there, lady. Watch it.
No.
I'm scared of you. So I don't know. So what's the temperature out there on Facebook now? Everybody's loving you, or they still put you in the unfriend list?
Right here in Pennsylvania, it is 22 degrees out where I am in Bethlehem in North Hampton County, and our wind chill is down to 12.
Gosh, terrible.
So I earlier talked to my sister who lives in Boca Raton, Florida, and she's like, man, it's only 77 here. I'm like, really? You don't even want to know. I'm going to send you a screenshot of my little Weather Channel app, make you feel really, really warm.
It's all good. Well, look, Jenny, is there anything else you want to say before I go to the next call? What's up?
No, that's pretty much it. I'm just saying the election integrity is suddenly like buzzword of the day, and it's things that make you go, just saying. I know I'm showing my age quoting Scenes Music Factory, but things that make you go,
Hey, look, you know, we're about the same age because I remember them too. And look, thank you so much for calling, Jenny. I appreciate you, and thank you for buying that shirt. Give it up for Jenny, y'all. First time caller.
You keep doing what you do, Tim.
I
love
will,
you.
sister. Thank you so much. First time caller, always a baller, Jenny. That's right, y'all. Let me keep it moving. Like I said, try to get these people in. 971, I got you on here. Let's see what you got for me. What's up, 971? You're live on Freedom Friday. Who's this?
Hey, Tim. It's Ben from Portland. What's up, man?
Ben, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? What's up? I read your letter yesterday, Ben.
I almost wasn't going to call, but... okay. Yeah, I know. I heard that. I heard it. Saw it a little bit late. But I did see it. What was I gonna say? But you inspired me though in the beginning today. It was like your earlier video today was amazing, and you know, not to like flatter you some more. I know somebody else already was telling you about it, but yeah, your video today was great, and then your like introduction tonight was amazing as well. And so like you a couple things like kind of jolted some things with me, so I was gonna like go through that real fast.
Thank you, brother. Go ahead.
If that's all right.
Sure, man.
I guess that's what the point is, but all right. So like oil, like I just occurred to me like when these oil spills happen, that there's actually people who profit on cleaning it up. And it reminded me of, well, this is kind of corny, but like a Don Henley song, Dirty Laundry, and about how they, how the media really are, and just like that they like bad news. It's kind of an old cliche notion, but, that's the whole thing is keeping the ratings and sensation and all that, so on. So I just wanted to compare the news to like oil spill cleaner uppers, or like, how like oil companies sometimes have shares in like recycling companies, or I heard before that like the company that installed landmines in some foreign country also had a landmine cleaning up company that they made money off of. But anyway, so the journalism is, I want to argue, I don't want to say that they're the enemy, because they also bring us, it's kind of complicated. It's kind of two ways. So, but I want to say that journalism is less helpful than it's actually more confusing and encumbering sometimes, or you know what I mean. And there's two things, like, not saying that they're the enemy, but they're close. There's two things that they get all the time. There's two things that they're having their way all the time. That they always come out with something and with some advantage and something like that. The first thing is that they get to define the topics, and they always get to like lead what we're talking about. And the second thing is that they keep people jacked up and riled up, and they want that because it's ratings, you know. And I've seen this happen before with different election cycles and everything. And you can, I mean, everything seems pretty high stakes and stuff. But that's why it gets back to what I was saying about how they like bad news, you know. A lot of Americans are tired of, you know, it is what it is. They were kind of tired of talking about politics, and they kind of wanted to get back to like regular lives. And somehow, you know, I feel like I just wish that the media didn't have that aspect to where that they were craving like bad things and intense things, and that they were trying to intensify it. And like, you know, like it's just been like that since, I don't know, I can remember. So then the last thing is just, I want to say that I think we're like all separated, you know, everybody who's like would be kind of against some of the Republican right-wing stuff. We're all separated rather than unified. We're all kind of hysterical too with everything that just happened, and also the media element. We're all just pretty intense-ish. And I want to say that I think that Trump will like a judo master or something like that. He will like use especially the more ridiculous, over the top, like hot-headed, one-track mind, die-hard, mainstream Hillary supporters, you know, moves against them, or like against us all, you know, like their hot-headedness and their like just insanity, buying into their own propaganda. You know what I mean? Like he's going to use that against us. I mean, I think that cooler heads prevail, and if we were kind of calm and unified, and part of it goes back to being in touch and you know, having a dialogue and bringing it into discussion to talk about you know, what happened with WikiLeaks and everything. And so whether it was the protests or whether it was whatever all these different issues, the recount or the Russians hacking or whatever, fake news, it's all sort of distractions that just keep us further from doing what we should have done, which is kind of get in touch with like what was really going on, you know, as a whole, like as a whole body of like our country. But so thanks for, you know, pointing out earlier that the media was basically is doing it for their ratings. And thanks for pointing out that, I'm kind of losing. But yeah, so thanks for pointing out that you know, they were kind of like downplaying the WikiLeaks until the election, until after the election. You know, it was like they only used the fact that it was like, or the idea or the official rhetoric that it was Russians that did something. They only used that to downplay and then say, let's not talk about WikiLeaks. You know, let's not talk about WikiLeaks. Let's not talk about this information. So they just they used it to hush it up. And then after the election, or now when it suits them, they want to talk about it for whatever other purposes, bring it up for, you know, whatever, like I commented earlier in the Facebook video, like they're going to change the laws on us, you know?
Right.
That's what's really going on here about what we can, you know, our whole context and environment. But that's it. I think it's all my 5 minutes, man.
Hey, man, you did a great job there, Ben. I appreciate you, man. Give it up for Ben in Portland, man. Good job. And you also sparked me. You gave me an idea. Just for further proof that WikiLeaks, if WikiLeaks had any impact, which I do think it does, don't get me wrong, I think it had some impact. But once again, it was the people who are already in the know. My friend H.A. Goodman went from 20,000 subscribers to 60,000 subscribers, largely in part due to WikiLeaks coverage. Why? Why did he get that? Why did he get 7 million views in 1 month? Why? Now, I love H.A. That's my guy, right? He comes on my show. We hang out. He's a good friend. We talk offline. We talk on the Showtime. I love him and his family, everything. Great. Beautiful, right? But why did he get so many views? He got those views because mainstream media was not covering WikiLeaks. He was a source for something that you could not find in the mainstream. So if there's something that can't be found in mainstream, how much can it really hurt you? I mean, seriously. How much can you say its impact is if some guy on a YouTube channel gets 7 million views and 40,000 subscribers in the space of 2 months talking about a subject, right? It doesn't make sense. It's because they weren't covering it, guys. That's why he blew up. Hope he continues to blow up. I hope that he continues to grow and grow and grow. But you do understand it, right? So not just anecdotally, not just with numbers from articles written. H.A. Goodman, friend of mine, WikiLeaks coverage. Every day he did 3 videos on WikiLeaks. No one else in the mainstream was talking about it. At the end, they tried to talk about it to do what? Why'd they do that? Because they look and they saw all these viewers going on the internet and they wanted some. That was at the very end, guys. And it was much, 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 much overshadowed by the JJ Grabgate. Grab. Remember the grab with Trump? That got talked about for 2 weeks straight. Okay? So let's just keep it real. I'm going to the next call. Thank you so much, people, for holding on. My friend, 434. How you doing, 434? Mystical Carter, what's up, man?
What it is, Pimpin'? How you doing, Pimpin'?
What's up, Pimpin'? Pimpin' these Democrats. Pimpin' these
That's right, since been pimpin'.
You don't know pimpin' like I know pimpin'.
Chick better have my votes, I tell you. Come on with it, Powder.
You know what I'm saying, player? Man, go ahead, Miss. Man, earlier, man, I threw on the wig. I didn't feel right, man. I had an afro wig, man, and I wore it like when I first brought it, Mystical. I wore it out of the store. I was feeling good. I thought it was fun, but I just didn't feel right doing it on the show. You know, maybe the afro wig. I like the dread wig. I wore a dread wig last week. That was different.
Did you?
Yeah, the afro wig just felt like I was a minstrel show or something. You know, it just didn't feel
man,
right.
rock that afro, man.
Rock the afro, man. I'll bring it back on a different show. Maybe it's the context. Maybe I'll do it for a video, not a show.
All right.
You know, not a show, but
Bring
a
it back
video.
one.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm black. I can't wear an afro. I could actually grow one if I could grow one. You know. Anyway, man, what's up, man? You moving to Russia yet? When you moving to Russia, man? What's up?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I met a couple folks out yonder. You know, I might want to go visit. You know what I mean? Some of them people seem kind of chill though.
Yeah, I heard that they are very. Now, you know, they tell us they use that on us all the time. They're racist in Russia, but I hear that they're racist in Russia. That's what they say. Every place is racist. You know, that's what they say anyway about Russia. They don't like the black.
I don't know. I'm not seeing it yet, if they are. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
With this election, this recount stuff, man, I just want them to make a decision.
No, they talking about the hacks, man. They said they got hacked. That Hillary lost, not because she was a horrible candidate, not because she took money fraudulently in the Clinton Foundation, not because of Haiti, not because of millions of things, not because of Walmart board, not because of NAFTA trade deals, not because her husband got impeached, not because of all these other things. It's because someone put documents up exposing the truth about her, and that's what did it. You know, it's like, well, hell, if that happens, shouldn't that be like, you know, karma? Isn't that karma?
Right. Shouldn't they have wanted that mess to come out, you know, before she got in there and threw us into World War 3, 4, 5, and 6? Like, seriously?
No, because these people don't, man. I think majority of people, Mystical, man, they just drink that Kool-Aid, brother. They just love that Kool-Aid. They say, look, throw some sugar in it, throw some, I don't know, pineapple chunks in it or something. They just drink the Kool-Aid, brother.
Man, let me put my drink down for a second. I want to say something because all these people with this World War III stuff, y'all do realize whoever dropped a nuclear weapon of great magnitude, y'all do realize the jet stream is going to blow the gamma rays all the way back around to us, right? Y'all do realize that, right?
No, they don't.
Like,
no,
what good would that serve? That'll serve nobody no purpose. Okay, you'll win for now, and then 3 months later, everybody's radioactive. Like, that's retarded.
Look,
what's wrong with y'all?
Everybody can't live in my basement. It ain't that big. You know what I'm saying?
You better get your potassium up, honey. You know what I'm talking about.
Where's my radiation?
Hey,
Where's my radiation? But yeah, man, you're right. It would be over for everyone. You saw the movie. Only the roaches live, Mystical. You dropped the bomb, the big one. It's only roaches gonna leave. Roaches and lice, they will, live through anything.
Like nobody be allowed to tell that story. I don't know. They need to get off that for real.
So,
like, if anybody wants to be kind of a future, y'all really got to get off the nuclear warfare.
Yeah, man.
That's just no reason. And let me say something else. To all my supposedly, black conscious folks out there who think they too good to stand with the indigenous of North Dakota, you need to smack yourself.
What? Is that's a thing going around? That's a thing for real.
That was a thing I read it to this week, and I'm glad I was where I was when I heard it, because I would have smacked them for real. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? How you not stay with a person that's going through the same thing that your people went through recently? Water hoses and all kinds of foolery and chemical spray. Like, are you serious? How you can't stand up for that? Where's your humanity? Where's your empathy at, first of all? Then where's your humanity at? So, for all of those individuals, just know Mr. Carter's coming for you. You got one comment for that. That was retarded.
Yeah, it is retarded, brother. It really is.
You ain't got no humanity to stand with them people. You gonna get your whooped out here.
Well, look, man, thank you so much for the call, Mr. Cool. I'm glad you brought that up, because I wasn't even aware of that travesty, that screwery. I appreciate you, brother, as always.
All right, brothers. One love, man. Keep up the good work.
One love, man. Thank you, man. Hey, look, man, I'm going to go in on this. Wish I had some. Do I got some go-in music?
Let's sprinkle some crack on them and get out of here.
All right, so it's one thing to say that America is, mishandled African Americans. Black folks have been mistreated in this country. I get that. I say that all the time. Anybody who knows my platform, they know I speak out on issues. I don't care if people unsubscribe, unfollow, hate, send hate mail, whatever. I speak out loud and clearly. But when it comes to the Dakota Access Pipeline, man, and you say you're a conscious person, or you're aware, you're self-aware, you understand history, you understand socioeconomic depravities, illegalities, you understand, structural racism, institutional racism, how that's used to disenfranchise people. If you get that and you understand it, then if you don't support other people, and your reason for not doing so is, well, what they didn't do for us or something else. Look, you are missing the whole point. You are part of the freaking problem. I don't care what color you are part of the problem. See, there are people out here who are strictly profiteers. They are profiteers of misery. And their whole thing is, we want to talk and rile up this set of group, get them all pissed off and make them feel all upset and pissed off, but really offer no alternatives or solutions. See, what I do, what I'm trying to do, and what I want you to understand, my numbskull friends, my brothers and sisters who are thinking this way, that why should we help them, is because you should. That's why. Because you should. Because you are a human freaking being. And because there's an injustice going on. And as long as you propagate this idea that you can't help these people unless they do this for you, and why didn't they do this for you? As long as you keep that idea, man, we'll never move forward. See, we are a minority. Okay? We need other people, and they need us. We need each other. We need all of us against the system. And your ideas, your small mindset is only to keep us divided, which limits our power. Yes, I've written, recorded, done, covered stories about Flint water, and I will continue to do so. Maybe that can be next for the troops. Maybe we can get the troops to go to Flint next. But we just got some money going to Flint through the Senate recently. Okay, so let's not be divided. Let's not, this person's worse than us or worse off or not as bad off, or let's not have the competition to see who has the worst life, and let's just make all our lives better. That should be our focus. And if you can't do that, you're part of the problem, like I stated earlier, and there's really, 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 really no hope for you until you come out of that mindset. Everybody's not against you. Some people love you. You just don't know them. You got to get to know them. But my support is always going to be with the people who are fighting for justice, no matter what color they are. And that don't make me a sellout. That make me a truly conscious individual. Give it up for that. And stop being selfish, man. Want somebody to do something. Stop mass incarceration. But you don't want to help these people keep their rights, keep their sacred land? Come on, man. You know what? I want to bring one of these suckers. You know what? I challenge anyone. I challenge you to come on the Tim Black Show. I won't cut you off the mic. Come on the show. We can Skype. They can see everything going on. And I want to have a conversation with one of you big mouths out there who think that they have any basis for not helping those people with their issue regarding that water that we all drink. It's not just their water, man. That's going to affect all the way up to Missouri, man. One spill, and we're all on water down there. If you could have stopped Flint before Flint became Flint, wouldn't you do that? That's the situation. We got an opportunity to stop something before it becomes. So it does become more of a pressing issue because we're trying to stop it from happening. If we could have known that they were going to do that to Flint water beforehand, of course we get involved. Listen, you understand? All right. God. People are so damn selfish, man. It hurts me. It's horrible. All right. 717, you're live with Tim Black. I'm doing my radio voice. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Hi, Tim. It's Catherine from Harrisburg, PA.
Hey, Catherine. What's going on with you, sister Catherine?
Nothing much. I'm just calling for my favorite day, Freedom Friday.
All right. Well, that's cool.
And I wanted to just a couple things about your title, Russia, Russia, Russia. And I wanted to, I don't know if you heard what Jordan Sheridan said about this new beating the drums of war with Russia and the media and everybody tagging along, and brainwashing the people that constantly watch CNN.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, Catherine. Hold on. I haven't had a chance to watch. I don't watch a lot of people's stuff just because of time, but I'm sure Jordan's on the right side of this thing, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he said that Russia is the new weapons of mass destruction. The same way that they kept hounding and Iraq and Saddam Hussein when it was the Saudis that attacked us, but Saddam Hussein, and they got everybody to go along with it. They're stirring up mass hysteria. And, the blame game that they're playing right now is a dangerous game that they're playing with Russia. I mean, everybody should be, this thing, hashtag stay woke. Everybody needs to be eyes wide open right now, almost literally, because something is stirring. And they're right now, they're how do you say, how people tenderize the meat to get it ready? That's what they're doing to us right now. And, so once again, I tell everybody all the time, please cancel Comcast. Stop watching MSNBC. There are so many other sources out there that we can get stuff from, and they should get on it right now before they start labeling everything as fake news and turning off the shows that are actually telling us what is going on, such as your show, H.A. Goodman, Debbie Lou Sigmund, Jimmy Dore, all those other people that speak truth to power without fear, and that's why everybody tunes into your show. Obama needs to hand over his Nobel Peace Prize. He really, him being awarded with that is an insult to the people that really were for peace. We're bombing 8 countries right now and getting everybody salivating to attack Russia. It's so funny because there's a tape of Hillary Clinton plotting to rig the Palestinian election, and now they're so appalled. They're so appalled because we got some information that they didn't want us to know, and they think that threw the election. No, that's not what lost the election for you. What lost the election is putting a corporate weak candidate that offered the people nothing by screwing over a populist like Bernie Sanders that actually stood for something, that actually had something to offer us, and that got people excited about politics again. And it got new activists involved, and it got people excited about, our country. Get excited about what's going to happen, the future of our country. And now everybody's disheartened and demoralized because they've stolen an election. And like we said, Trump is going to win during the primaries. We said Hillary is going to lose to Trump, and they laughed at us. They called us clowns. They called us basement-dwelling moochers, socialists, communists, Democrats attacking leftists. I could cry right now because it pisses me off so bad. Everything that the Democrats were supposed to stand for what Bernie Sanders embodied, and they destroyed that. And now we're stuck with 4 years of Donald Trump. We are living a nightmare right now. They lost the election, and guess what? Not only did they lose the White House, they lost 67 seats on top of it. We got people that think that Jesus is going to come back and stand on Israel and call everybody over there to go to heaven. These are the people that are running the country right now. We got people that think that women should be submissive to men because the Bible says so. This is who's running the country right now. Everybody should be scared. Everybody should, like Bernie even said, he said, at this exact time in history, it's imperative for everybody, everyone, to be politically and socially active and motivated because we can't go to sleep. We can't go to sleep. Literally, we have to stay awake. I haven't even been sleeping because this is just ridiculous. I can't believe I'm a black woman with my black daughters and my son. And here I am, I'm shaking right now because I live in the country around people that are loving Trump. And it's a scary place to be right now in history. This is a scary place to be. I hope that what the guy was saying earlier about people that we need to stick together and what you were saying, yeah, we do. We do. Understand this. We need to stick together. The poor people, which is 50% and over of America, we're the ones that need to stick together. Who cares if one of the groups is getting attention and making something happen and changing something? Good. We'd be rooting for them. Because like the saying goes, when they came for the Muslims, I said nothing. When they came for the Jews, I said nothing. When they came for the Catholics, I said nothing. And then they came for me, and I stood alone. And that's going to be the problem if we let them divide us and separate us. So I'm sorry. I just wanted to say that, and I want to thank you for Freedom Friday, and thank you for your show, Tim.
You're welcome, Catherine.
So much.
Thank you so much for your phone call. I need you to hang on the line, keep listening, because I got to make a comment to your comment. Got to do my best to respond to this. One of the things that I've uncovered during this post-election cycle, is that there are a number of people who are propagating this idea that America has fundamentally changed due to Trump. And I just want you to know, Catherine, that I don't think America's changed all that much. I think some things have been exposed, just like I don't know I don't know how old you are. Maybe you'll remember Eddie Murphy's movie, his stand-up Raw, where he was talking about an Italian going to see Rocky, and the Italian came out of the Rocky movie very excited, because this is one of those movies. You get adrenaline. You feel like a hero. You want to knock somebody out. You want to, you're in that boxing mood. This guy comes back, he wins the fight, and it's just great. It's very exciting. Rocky 2 is what it was. And there's a carryover from that feeling that people get from watching a movie. You get engrossed in it. But far from that, so I'll say I do think there's a certain amount of that going on in our society right now, where people are feeling emboldened in a way, just like they would feel after walking out of a movie, because this has been entertainment. But to say that there is fundamentally a change in hate, I totally disagree. I looked at the studies. I looked at the numbers of New York's. I use New York as a test, because I, too, was hearing a lot of these conversations about hate crime. And I looked into it, and I was surprised to find out very quietly, Catherine, that in New York City, a very, very diverse city, 25% African-American, 27% Latino, 11% Asian, the rest white, I guess you call it. If you even want to put people in those groups, I have to in order to tell you the story, because I believe in one race, but I have to do that for the demographics. There were more hate crimes reported in 2012 than there are now. There were even more in 2008. But no one talked about it, Catherine. See, they're talking about it now because they want you to be afraid. They want you to be hysterical. They want you to be in fear. They want you to be worried. That's the only thing that's going to keep the Democrats intact. They just saw a number of Democrats leave the Democratic Party. They lost an election they should have won. When a sitting president, Democratic president, who fought with high favorability ratings, and now they're scrounging. They lost a number of seats. I think it was someone called. I think who was talking about the number of seats lost. Lost a lot of governorships. So what I'm telling you is that they're using this as a tool to keep us indebted, looking to them. And I'm not telling you there's somewhere else to go. I'm not telling you to go Republican at all. That's not what I do. But I just tell the truth. And the truth is there were more hate crimes in 2012. And there's always more hate crimes right after an election because people get caught up in this stuff. They watch the movie. I wish you safety. I wish you peace of mind. And I want to give you the facts. And those, sister, are the facts. And I have no reason to give them to you other than them being facts. Go check my article out on Huffington Post. It's called Did Trump's Win Bring Hate Back? All right. Next call. 510, you're live with Tim Black, Freedom Friday. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, this is Vita from California.
Vita from Cali. Give it up for Vita from California, y'all.
I'm going to say some things that's probably going to make you very upset. Number one, we have to understand how the media works. So whoever else is listening to this show, anytime you have, when anything changes, when the New World Order comes, the first thing that goes the military and the propaganda machines, how they spew out things. You have to understand that point. And also we need to look back at the Democratic Party. They are just the same as Republicans. And then the Democrats won't even call out white supremacy. The nationalists, they make it normalized because the Democratic Party practices the same racism that the Republicans do. You can see it in the receipts of the policies and laws. And people have to dig down, do your research, and look at the laws and the historical factor and how they connect. You have to get politically smart and how they operate. And another thing, Bernie Sanders had the opportunity to win that election. He gave it up. He punked out at the end. He could have had Hillary. He held back. And also, he should have challenged those areas like in California, the primary. My two ballot stuff for the primary and in general has not been, I can't get it to verify that my ballot was, my vote has counted as of today, still. And we also have to push back on Schumer. The Democratic Party is doing the same thing. They just made it up a new job for Bernie to go out and be the spokesman. You know, that is not a new position. And then for the DNC, for Debbie White Shulman, she's still on the payroll. They still practice corruption within themselves. They cannot let go of their power. So in order, since they don't want to let go of their power, either we take it, we hold our vote, because I cannot see myself voting for any more Democrats. I go on the online and look up the bills that they're doing and the stuff that they're doing. I called Barbara Lee's office today. They're pushing this. First, they want to do identity politics. Then they want to do class politics. Then they want to say Hillary lost the election because it's the Midwest, the white working class rural voters. No, then they go out and have this big old town hall meeting to talk to Trump voters. You got people right here in urban cities that are suffering from policies in gentrification and immigration, where they and the trade policies. How are you going to have trade policies, immigration, and a job market when we have African Americans have the highest numbers, unemployment numbers. Even when we college educated, we can't get a job. You know, it's just how is all that going to mush together? That's economics 101. And then the lady talks about the election cycle, elections integrity. Let's go back to Gore. You know, then when they purged the voters in Florida, nobody stood up for that. You know, and then the Democrats, the DNLC, they had all that money from the corporate sponsors. What did they do? They kept that pocket. They was using that money to fund like in Haiti, which he did in Haiti. And then they didn't put no money in the down ballot candidates. They're not trying to bring anybody up. They are just working their own program for themselves. All you got to do is follow the money. Thank you. If you got some replies, I'm moving away from the Democratic Party because nobody's listening. And then the Indian Rock. We want to think about the thing in pipeline. Now there are black Indians that the Cherokees just now through the any black person that's an Indian, they can't even get part of the money from the casinos or nothing. Nobody is helping them. They in Oklahoma, in Texas, they took them all off. Nobody's standing up for them, you know. And they have the same heritage, you know. And everybody said we should work together, be allies, and so. We got dead bodies falling left and right. We got prosecutors. We got politicians not even going on the news. They're standing on the ground in the Florida House for the fire down in Orlando. We got black men dying. I got a nephew that was killed by the police, and they were sitting in the car for 4 hours. They killed him. His auntie his mother can't do that with $1.2 million. His life is gone. They don't see us as human beings.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And then you don't forget race and color.
Hey, Catherine, have you ever listened to my show before?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I listen to you. I know from Ben. I talked to Ben, Noah, Yvette. I'm very political savvy. I'm a retired social worker. I'm very intelligent. I do my work. Sam Key had to let go of Majority Report, Tom Hartman, because they punked out. They were sitting there. They have this just a little thing they do, you know. They got on the bandwagon for Hillary picking her up.
Right.
Hillary was no good from the start. They should have stood on their journalism ethics, you know, and don't bite into that sound bites and carrying her, you know. They follow the same lead. They're so scared to lose their jobs. Either if you're progressive and you care about human life and everybody, then you got to call each other out. Even if that's your friend next door, you work together, you sit there and what happens, that's how we have so many discrimination laws with people going jobs and they use that same behavior. And then because you don't call them out, you stay silent.
Okay, Catherine, Catherine, that's 5 minutes. I got to cut you off, but I need you to send me some information about those black Indians, about the black Native people that you were talking about, because I need to know about that story. Okay, send me that at Tim. Email me at tim@timblacktv.com. Tim.
Okay, I will. I'll send it to you. They did a whole documentary on PBS about it.
I have not seen it.
And you can go on. You can go on the Freeman Bureau on the website, and you can see it, where they take them off. They took their citizen card, and there's one guy that even the Congress, they went to the bill. President Obama went and he dogged them out. He dogged them out.
All right, Catherine. Thank you for your phone call. Give it up for Catherine. I hadn't heard that. Now, the only thing that Catherine said that I have an issue with is when she said Bernie Sanders punked out. He could have won. Okay, so I have a half disagreement with her, okay? He couldn't have won. Guy didn't have a chance, all right? What he pulled off was the impossible. The impossible. Do you understand me? That's why everybody else dropped out. They already knew. I think he knew too. He just wanted to fight. The fact that Bernie even stayed in it, you should be clapping for him. Did you read WikiLeaks?
90 seconds.
The DNC all construed along with media to shut him down. He did not have a chance. They were going to destroy him no matter what they could do. They blacked him out on media. They cut the number of times he could debate her. He was virtually unknown. The fact he gave her a run and almost beat her is a phenomenal Phenomenal thing. Now,
60 seconds.
could he have done more? That's always nice to say for us when we ain't the ones doing it. But yes, I do feel the same way. I do feel like you could have done more. You could have contested all this stuff, and they would have denied everything and called him crazy and stripped him of all power and stripped him of everything. You do realize that. He would have went down with the ship. Nothing. Now, as it stands, he's the most influential Democrat next to Obama right now. He would have not won, lady. They would not have allowed him to win. They would have had Bernie have an accident first. Do you understand what I'm telling you? They did everything to sabotage this man. Everything.
10 seconds.
They were against Bernie so hard that they sabotaged people who liked him. They didn't just go after Bernie. If they told Tulsi Gabbard, they said, I read a document, an email they sent to Tulsi that basically said her career was over. What do you think they sent Bernie? I'm telling you. They basically told her that, they said in the email, we liked you, Tulsi. You were a friend of ours, but since you decided to support Bernie Sanders, we no longer want anything to do with you. We no longer will contribute to your campaign. We question your judgment. We will not help you run. She got reelected because she has such a connection to those people in Hawaii. Okay, so that's the letter they sent Tulsi. What do you think, Luke? What kind of messages they sent to Bernie? I'm just saying, she wasn't actually running to get the nomination. All right. So, but everything else, give it up for that. Give it up for that. And nah, man, I'm not mad. You said you started your call off. You said, I'm going to be pissed off. No, I'm not. I'm glad. I want some fire on my show. I love people to call with different opinions. I love it. I know that some people don't like it. I love it. I encourage it. Call up. Just no hate speech. Put some fire in here. We can disagree. Love you anyway. All right, next call. Thank you for holding on, people. 504, you're live with Tim Black, Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
How you doing?
What's up?
How you doing, brother? My name is Tyree Sermon.
Tyree?
And I'm calling from New Orleans.
You said Tyree. What's up, Tyree? Get up for Tyree, y'all. Tyree from New Orleans, man. That's what's up.
Oh, man, lately I've been listening to you, Jimmy Dore, the Young Turks, and H.A. Goodman. Man, I'm a progressive, man. I'm somewhat in a moderate, leaning left. I listen to y'all, and I also listen to Alex Jones every once in a while, and some other people. I get my information from a whole gamut of people. I like geopolitics and whatnot. But I have to, if you don't mind, I have to say two things. I'm going to talk about the Russian thing, but I want to talk about this first. I'm a concerned veteran. I'm a VA whistleblower. I used to work for Michael E. DeBakey in Houston, Texas for 2 years, or a total of 4 years. And when I was working there, the water was basically contaminated. It was dark brown, and they used to jam up our valve every once in a while in a 20-inch pipe coming from the city of Houston going to the hospital. So because I said something about it, and I was a person that stand up for myself and other coworkers because I was in a union trying to look out for each other. They basically started, trying to run me away, like they do on jobs. So I left the facility and got back to me that they basically slandered my name. And I'm like, oh, whatever. And my name was still being slandered because of what I knew about that water. And recently, 2 months ago, I was blessed to come across a person who, it's not a blessing because this person lost her husband at that same hospital. Guess from what? From what? She lost her husband from MRSA. That's like staph infection. That's the worst bug you can get in the hospital, right? Now, that case, with my case and her case ties together. And I've been trying to bring attention to this. I'm trying to get people to take a look at this. But It's just been slow because a lot of people been, on break because of the holidays. And if I can bring this to the forefront, then this probably can make national news. And not only her case, it'll help out, but it'll help out my case and everybody else's case, because I'm letting y'all know that the VA, is a good place, but at the same time, you got these these people at these high levels don't really give a damn about the veterans. I'm letting y'all know, don't really give a damn about us, and it's coming from a progressive, So I'm trying to bring as much attention to this, and I'm glad that you gave me time to talk about it, and also I want to talk about the Russian hacking deal. That deal right there, the Russian hacking deal. The Russian hacking deal is something that it can lead to a one moment. Okay, I'm sorry about that. The Russian hacking deal can lead us to a thermonuclear war, literally. It can bring us back into a Cold War, and it can lead us to a thermonuclear war. I like studying things on geopolitics, dealing with Russia and Ukraine and Syria conflict with the pipeline and whatnot. I like President Obama, but right now somebody's misinforming this guy. All this rhetoric he's talking right now is not a good thing. I study Russian capabilities. I study U.S. capabilities. It's not a good thing. Then with this vote recount going on, and with the Russian hacking, I watch the right wing, like Alex Jones and them. I watch other people. They have some points too. I don't agree with everything. But let me tell you something. If Trump don't get in office, and what I've been watching on the internet, man, it's going to be something that you never saw before in this country. And the only thing I can do is constantly pray and meditate. That's all I can do. I lived in Texas for 9 years. And when President Obama got elected, man, people was buying guns left and right. I wasn't one of them. I wasn't one of them. But people was buying weapons left and right. So with all that artillery that's out there, all those people buying ammunition left and right, and got specialized licenses that have certain armaments in their yards, certain machine guns, what most people don't even know about. Got these certain gun shows selling fully automatic weapons, which is legal if you have a certain type of license. That is true. So the worst case scenario is that this country can go into a civil war, and I hope it don't. I don't want it to go into civil war. So hopefully that this can die down. My case and this other lady case, and that's in Channelview, Texas, can go national, whatnot, or locally, and we can bring this to the forefront. Bring this to the front of the table. That's all I have to say in a nutshell.
Okay, well, look, Tyree, do me a favor, man. You can email me some information about your case, man, and we'll talk about it offline and see if we can do a segment on it. Maybe we can, maybe I can help you put some voice to it. There's no reason why I can't do a video about it if that helps, if that could help bring some attention to it. So my email is tim@timblacktv.com, and just make sure you put in the email that we had this conversation, so I'll remember this conversation. I should remember you. Just say Tyree from New Orleans. I think that'll stick out. Put that in the subject somewhere.
All right.
Because I get a lot of mail, man. But I'd love to talk to you a little bit further about that, because we gotta take care of each other, man. Thank you for the phone call, brother. I appreciate you, Tyree.
Thank you, brother.
You got it, man.
Anytime.
You got it, man. I like this, man. Two pieces. One is a personal story that he knows about, some information, and I'm always looking for content. Okay, always looking. Like I say, you don't get rich doing this, but you get enriched. Okay, so I'm more than happy to talk about this horrific story about this woman losing her husband in the hospital. And I have no problems, Tyree. Absolutely no problems. Who you watch? You watch any? Look, I'm not one of these people that get mad as you watch other people on YouTube. YouTube is just one channel I'm on. I'm also on the Twitter channel and the Facebook channel and the Instagram channel and the TimBlackTV.com channel. These are all just channels. And there should be, you should have more channels on your FM or your AM or your cable or whatever. Watch whatever you want. Just make sure that you come back and you watch me too. No hate here. But thank you so much, Tyree, for that phone call, man. And I did a video, Tyree, just recently on that issue, on the what's going on with this, basically going to the Electoral College, trying to get the election nullified, basically, and having the Electoral College flip the vote for I don't know who they're going to install. I did a video on that. People love it. I think you'd like it too, because it sounds like we're saying the same thing about the ramifications of yanking away the presidency. All right. 925 11111.
Chris Robert.
Hey, Chris Robert, how you doing, my
Chris
friend?
Robert.
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
How you doing? Listen, I'm doing fine, Tim.
All right, brother.
Now, can I get 2 minutes over the 5 minutes, perhaps?
Brother,
is that a cardinal sin?
It really is, man. But if you hold on, Chris. Hold on, Chris. I'll come back to you, Chris. I'll give you a little bit more time at the end. Just hang on. Don't hang up. 925, you're live. Hold on. 925, hey, 925, you're live with Tim Black. Who's this?
Hello?
Hello, you're live with Tim Black. Who's this?
Sorry. Christina from California.
Okay, Christina, what's on your mind tonight?
I think clarity. I think that this whole election has really revealed a lot of things. I think that the government is just really making what they want to do very apparent. I think that...
What do they want to do, Christine?
I think it's really apparent that they want a war with Russia. I think that, we found out through WikiLeaks...
Having a hard time hearing you. Your phone is going in and out.
I said we found out through WikiLeaks that Hillary Clinton gets money from Saudi Arabia and.
All right. I can't really hear it, guys. I'm sorry. Christine, call in. You might need to reconnect and call me back. Stay there for me, Chris, on 111. I will come back to you, Chris. Let me try to get through these calls, though. I couldn't really hear her, and she was kind of going on. I couldn't really get that. 610. I'm sorry, that's Jenny Ray. Is that 610, Jenny Ray? No, this is a different 610. 610, you're live with Tim Black. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, Tim. It's Dominic from Pennsylvania.
Hey, Dominic from Pennsylvania.
I just want to make a mention of the Russian false flag thing that's going on right now.
Okay.
I agree with that caller before. That caller before that said that we're playing with fire here with a nuclear armed opponent, and they've done these false flags for years. Okay, I was in Vietnam when I was younger. I thought I was fighting for freedom. Okay, so I joined the Marine Corps. I went to Vietnam to serve my country proudly. Then I get home and find out it was all just a big ploy, and they used me like a pawn. Okay, and that's what's happening right now to a lot of the servicemen now, because mainstream media pumps everybody up with this nationalism and how we're the greatest, and they're not showing the truth. And I think we really have to pay attention to this. And I just wanted to mention, after the show, Debbie Lasignia did a good video yesterday, the same progressive, on this Russian hacking propaganda. And she mentioned some former CIA people that came out against it, saying that it was leaks and not hacks, and that she's quoting some, pretty high up CIA people. William Binney, who was a former CIA, he come out and said that, if they had proof, they could let people know that it was hacked. And the fact that they don't let people know that it was hacked just shows even more that it's propaganda. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. But I just wanted to make people aware of that video. And if they go to the same progressive...
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for calling up. All right. 573, you're live with Tim Black, Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello, this is Melissa Cody from Missouri. Hey, Tim Black, I've been listening to you for a while. Love your show. I'm a burner also. What I have to talk about tonight is really important. We know the problems we have. We could talk about that for years, but we need a solution. And I have a solution. My husband and I have worked on it for over 10 years, and he's a super genius scientist. I'm a web developer. And what we know at this time is that we are going through a transition. Our whole world is transitioning, and we're being forced to do this. But right now in our country, our currency is oil. And that's just, every American needs to know that, which has been holding back alternative energy technology for decades. It's truly, oil is money here. They see no difference in it in the elite pool. So getting alternative technology out there has been impossible so far, although there are thousands, hundred thousands of designs. And my husband has had his hand in a lot of it. And together we have formulated a humanitarian concept where we, the people, build a humanitarian software where we also are the users of the software and we govern ourselves. We could literally, in time, get rid of politicians. We could do it immediately, but they're going to cry. And literally, in time, we could go off of our government ways and instead have a government within the software. It's a decision-making network. Together, we would vote on everything. The software would give up statistics for your local government and issues there all the way to state, to national and worldwide. We want to deal with worldwide issues. This is a worldwide humanitarian concept, and everyone, we want to get involved. We've been trying to get off the ground. We've talked to people like Google and Facebook. They only steal our ideas and manipulate the parts they like, but they're not doing the part where it gives back to people. This software is supposed to truly help people. With 10 years of worldwide implementation, it could end hunger, poverty, and homelessness worldwide. But of course, it won't be worldwide at first, probably just a country. And it would be good for this country to do it because we need it right now the most. Because the people of this country are living in substandard conditions, going on third world country. So this humanitarian software brings us together as a website, as a hardware, as a smartphone, smart cars that can be developed for anything and everything. And we get to vote on real life issues. We get to interject our problems that we're facing. We get to address issues that the government hasn't even done before. And we, the people, also under such a software would have more constitutional rights than we actually have in our U.S. Constitution with the highest security. Now, that's expensive, and I won't get into it because it's going to have the most secure software in the world. We have the two people and the super geniuses, two of them, already got it figured out. So it's got to be built. We need a lot of money, but really what we want is public help right now to address these problems. We can maximize all of our systems within government. It can be used for the ultimate resource management tool of everything.
So what are you looking for, Melissa? Melissa, what's the purpose of your call tonight? What are you looking to do with this call?
Thank you for asking that. It's what really needs to be done is people need to know there are solutions. We can talk a long time about problems, but we really need solutions now. So when we talk about these things, there is a way out, and we do have it in the form of a humanitarian software concept. And I've got a presentation on it and all, but neither here nor there. What I'm trying to do is tell people we have a way out.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't, because I don't know the purpose of your phone call. Do you have a place that you want people to go? Do you want people to watch a video or check out your website, or what do you want? I don't understand what you're supposed to get from this conversation.
No problem. You can YouTube WhoHub, humanitarian software. WhoHub is spelled HUHUB. You can Google it, and there's a 33-minute presentation. This is a very expansive software.
You said Who Hub.
WhoHub, that's right. HUHUB.
HUHUB. Okay, well, thank you, Melissa, for the phone call. Guys, go check out whohub.com and find out what Melissa's talking about, solutions to the problems. There you go, Melissa. I got you, sister. No problem, sister. It's just that you're going to run out of time, and then no one's going to be able to follow up. I want to, next call. Trying to get everybody in tonight, man. I hate leaving people out there. 704, you're live with Tim Black Freedom Friday. Who's this?
Hey, this is Bruce again from Carolina.
Bruce, what's up, my brother? How you doing?
How is it going, Tim? I keep telling you, man, if you keep telling the truth, they're going to change your number again. You got to watch out for that.
I'm trying to tell you, brother.
It's like I always say, whenever Tim Black's number gets changed, someone from Correct the Record gets a raise.
Man, talk to him, Bruce. What's on your mind tonight, man?
I'm a little irritated, Tim, because I've been hearing some stuff about pizza and this whole Pizzagate situation going on. Dude, there was a story from the Washington Post in May of this year. Bill Clinton, Washington Post, Bill Clinton ditches Secret Service on multiple trips on the Lolita Express. Bill Clinton on a plane with Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted pedophile, 26 times on his plane with a woman sometimes that was actually, I think, charged with procuring underage girls for Epstein. You know, all that stuff you hear about during those SVU episodes. Actually, okay, why are we talking about Pizzagate when we actually have proof, flight records, showing that Bill Clinton was on basically a pedophile's airplane going across international waters for years on end? But nobody talks about that, but we're talking about pizza. That's amazing. That's amazing. In addition to that, now we got the whole thing about fake news. That's another thing. That's why I got to keep telling you, Tim. You keep telling that truth, they're going to mix you in with Alex Jones and them. Because I saw that on the Colbert report, that Colbert Late Show last week, where he was talking about Pizzagate and how fake it was and so forth. And then he started going into how people said that he was fake. People thought he was going to get, he was bought out by Hillary Clinton and so forth and so forth. And then he said, well, Hillary can't afford me. Okay. I did some research. I did some Googling. I don't know if you ever heard of a website called OpenSecrets.org. Yep. Apparently they did some watchdog work looking at the money that came from certain campaigns and went into certain campaigns via super PACs and other things. Finds out, the company that owns that Colbert Night Show, CBS Corporation, they're owned by another company called National Amusements. That's the majority owner of CBS and Viacom. National Amusements was a donor for Hillary Clinton during the election. So while Hillary Clinton couldn't afford Stephen Colbert, literally the people that owned the company that owned his show was. Awesome. Fake news.
Oh, God.
Fake news. Yeah, lie to your face. You got to think about that, though. Liberals don't do like Republicans. They'll just straight up lie to you and expect you not to watch television. Liberals, they'll change the goalposts on you like nobody's business. They'll change it all the way they'll have the goalpost at the 50-yard line and be like, why are you kicking that way? They'll basically say a whole different thing and be like, that's not my question. Just like with CNN talking about fake news. First of all, Cuomo has no standing to talk about fake news when he was on television telling people that looking at WikiLeaks was illegal.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about no news. Like how CNN, a company that has billions of dollars in global reach, didn't get their asses down to North Dakota until the pipeline was 99% finished. Let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about how they blacked out protests against their own station outside their front door. Let's talk about misleading news, like the narrative that they pushed over and over again about Bernie not being realistic and how Jill was the next Nader. So all this funny stuff that they talk about, fake news, all they're saying is that we don't want you to actually leave us because you now have reasons to not believe us because WikiLeaks. This is the funny thing. Everyone wants to put WikiLeaks into the fake news realm because they can't disprove them. They cannot disprove that everything that WikiLeaks has pushed out is 100% authentic because it is.
Right.
So they don't say that WikiLeaks is fake. What they'll do is they'll add a separate article which is fake, and then they'll be like, well, all these other people, Alex Jones, WikiLeaks, just grow up. Just grow up. I.e., stop telling us, man. We're trying to make money here. And also, Tim,
yeah,
respect. You have more balls than a lot of other hosts that makes millions of dollars more than you. And I say that because you know why? You're a man on your own show with just a microphone and your ability to, research. While you have people like Joy Behar from The View, Whoopi Goldberg, Bill Maher, people who are just straight cowards because they can't make a point without having a whole freaking audience full of like-minded people clapping like fucking idiots to everything that they say. Whoopi Goldberg and Joy.
I gotta cut you, man. I give you 30 more seconds just because I love what you just said, but I gotta cut you, man. I gotta go, man.
Oh, no problem, man.
Look, Bruce,
no
man.
No problem, man. You have a good one.
Hey, man, thank you so much for the phone call and all the relevant points. It's like I know, man. I might need to do more phone shows, because I have people with comments. They gotta get them in, and gosh, man. Let me jump down. I think I see my friend Rob in the queue. Rob, what's up, man? 304-8288. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on?
Man, I'm good, man. What's up with you?
I love me some Freedom Fridays. I'll tell you, it's like a big grab bag of personalities and facts and opinions. It's all in there. If you want something, you come to Freedom Fridays, you're going to find it. It's there.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to touch. It is. This is Russian news stuff, man. Is this coming from the same people that told me that Hillary was a shoo-in for the election night?
Yep.
Is this coming from the same people that was handing out questions prior to these debates? I'm going to believe these people. When we go back to mainstream media, it reminds me, you ever met these people that had relationships or married a person, divorced them, got rid of them, ended up remarrying them or redating them?
Wow. That's stupid.
It's that mentality.
Right.
I don't know which comedian said it, but that's like going to a yard sale to buy your own shit back.
Louis C.K. maybe. I don't know.
Louis C.K. I don't know. I remember that, but I'm thinking, going back to, literally less than 6 weeks ago, even Trump, he was probably the most shocked person in America to find out he won. Everybody from the night, the polls, she's in, she's winning, she got points here, points there, it's a shoo-in, it's a lock. And I think I told you, when it all went south for her, it reminded me of Wile E. Coyote rechecking the trap that he set for the Roadrunner. And when the Roadrunner flew through the trap, Wile E. Coyote is there dumbfounded, going, what the hell? The trap worked for Bernie. Why didn't it work for Trump? And they're going back to check the traps now.
Yeah.
We got, they're going back to, we got to throw everything at this thing. When it comes to Trump, I'm like you. You had a video a couple days ago or so. I'm reserving judgment until he actually does something bad. I've set the bar so low for Trump. I really have. That any good that comes of him, I'm going to be surprised. But I've got the bar so low. So any bad that comes from him, I'm like, I kind of expected that. Yeah, it's not a shocker. For the majority of us, I got the bar set low for him. It's like my kid. He started playing a saxophone for the school about 3 months ago. They had a Christmas thing today. I knew I wasn't going to go in and find Kenny G sitting there. I had the bar kind of low for him. He's learning. He's got to get his feet wet.
Right. I love the analogy.
But that's where I'm at with that, you know. And as far as a lot of these Democrats saying, "Hey, I'm done with the Democratic Party, I'm leaving," they don't care about you. They never cared about you. They the video you did with Nancy Pelosi, they don't care. They don't care if you leave. They don't care if you scream to the hilltops that you've left them. Bernie left them. Bernie said he was going back to being independent. You know, he's the most influential independent. He really kind of distanced himself with his body language and the way he says, "I'm going back to being independent."
Good point.
He was kind of distancing himself away from the Democratic Party himself. He's very influential, but he's not the Democratic guy that's going to be the influential guy. He's like, "I'm independent. You know, this is where I'm at." And I think I did read an article where it might have been through the Hannity Assange video or something where they said whoever leaked this information, they tried to leak it. They tried to hack the RNC equally, but could not. That they were able to get like one guy's email that had been let go like from the party or something, and it was irrelevant to what they were trying to get, you know, the meat of what they wanted. They just couldn't get to it. That's an article I'd read. They tried to get into there. But, yeah, I'm not believing any of this. It's big smoke screens. A lot of it's smoke screens. I think crunch time's coming. They're pushing for these electorates to not vote for Trump. They're really scurrying, like throw Russia at it, hit the electorates, throw some videos up there with some celebrities, B-listers to sway. I mean, they are really going nuts. And your video the other day, as serious it was, people, if they were to not elect Trump, as is right now, it'll be a bloodbath. You're right. They've not seen riots. People will lose their freaking minds to go this far into this and not have a candidate, you know? There's a lot of people that already come to grips with it. A lot of people are like, all right, I don't like it, but I'm going to accept it, and let's see how this rides out. But if you pull the carpet out from under them again, you're going to piss off twice as many people.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Hey, I know you got people waiting. I know it's a long show.
No doubt.
Hey, you go at it, Tim.
Hey, man, thank you so much for the call, Rob. I appreciate you, man.
No problem.
My brother. He called it, man. If these people, if they pull the election away from Donald Trump, man, it's going to be hell to pay. Let me go back to my friend Chris, who's holding on. Chris, go ahead, brother. What's on your mind, Chris?
How are you, Tim?
Good, brother.
Listen, I want to make a couple comments and points. We've had some really good guests tonight. Very powerful. But listen, I wanted to ask you something. What type of government genocides their own children? You're genociding your children through the water. You're genociding your children through the GMO. You're genociding your children through the vaccines. What kind of government does this? Come on. This government does. Another thing, as regards to the elections, the government doesn't sleep. It doesn't flinch. It doesn't weak. The same people in the CIA, the same people in the FBI, the same people that are in the NSA are all still there. They don't change hands because the electoral go. If you go to Open Secrets is a place where it shows the amount of money that's being put into the campaign. And look at your local congressional congressmen and senators in your state and go look at the money, the amount that's put in the incumbent and the challenger. And you can see how it's totally rigged. So here we go. Trump comes in. Pelosi's back. The camera goes on what they call, it's like a celebrity show. If they sell a fascist brand, all of them, McConnell, all of them. Even Newt Gingrich is back. This is the guy that left his wife in a wheelchair, his first wife. Okay? Rex Tillerson, this is the guy that was with the Boy Scouts for 2 years. He was a chairman, was pushing for gay troop leaders. This is the guy that another oil company decided to frack one of his properties, and he sued them. Okay? But anyhow, what I'm trying to say is the system doesn't change. This hoax of the one wonder, and that's not to say that presidents don't have power. They have stripped more executive powers, each one. Each one takes more executive powers. And even Obama has. Okay? That doesn't mean they don't have power, but nothing's really going to alter or change until people vote the 535 pigs out. You vote against them. And it's almost impossible. Go look at Open Secrets and look at the blood money and see who's going against each one of these in these different regions, however it's cut up in your state, and you can see it's rigged. By an example, McCain's back in again. Pelosi's back in. So the fascist brand, when it sells, so everyone sees Pelosi, they know who Pelosi is, they know who McCain is, they know who McConnell is, they know who Ryan is. They sell a fascist brand, and this brand is brained. It's inbred into us to think that these are the responsible people. And as you know, of the 535 pigs, when the camera comes on, there's only about 12 or 15 that you see. The rest of them stand in line. They don't get involved. You'll see the same people again. Come on, Newt Gingrich is back. The Republicans are back. All of Trump basically is appeasing the super rich. They basically want to genocide us. They feel a lot of us are worthless. And you are right. Any cause, whether it's the American Indians, the Afro-Americans being shot. I talked to a guy in Chicago, 600-some murders. He said 1/3 of them aren't even being investigated because they're Afro-Americans from poor neighborhoods. 1/3, they're not even bothering to investigate. So any cause is a win for humanity. And if the Indians happen to have a cause, then that's a cause for humanity. But the system's not going to change if we still have a Democratic-Republican Party. I just don't see it. I can't see where it's going to happen. The same people work in government, the same cover-ups. And then you look at the state and local governments, it's the same model. It's the same model. The water, they're poisoning our water, they're poisoning our food, they're poisoning our air. And to reappropriate your bloodline and your family, you have to reappropriate 2.1 children. You're only reappropriating 1.9. Our race is dying. And there's other countries too. Japan has that. We have a low birth rate. So you have to reappropriate 2.1 to keep your bloodline and your family going. And you're only doing 1.9. They're genociding us. The super elite want this whole world for themselves. Just like this fashion show. Who's going to show up at Trump Tower now? Britney Spears? Come on. And this joke, here's a good one. Bill Gates showed up there. Now, Bill Gates is worth $80 billion. Most people would say he's eugenics and a vaccine experimental is what he does across the world. There's some parts of the world they like to put him in jail. Okay? So he gets up there. What comes out of the news article? That Trump could be the next John F. K. Well, what was he implying? That he was going to get a bullet in him? John F. K. was going against the warlords. He was going against the money lords. He was going against the Federal Reserve. Now, John F. Kennedy didn't get a chance to really do much. He didn't live long enough in office to really accomplish the things he wants, but he was a threat to them because he knew who they are and he knew the type of powers that they had, and they couldn't allow it. But basically, from what I see it, the bankers and the warlords are running the system. And the couple veterans you had on there, I really enjoyed listening to some of them because I know a lot of people in government and veterans, but they use them as props. Now, here's another thing. There's 1.5 billion Muslims. If they were to turn against us, they're not coming for your Jesus and your Starbucks. The people are just barely trying to survive, okay? But they had you believing the Muslims are coming for your Jesus and your Starbucks. Well, they can't sell that anymore. It's getting very difficult for them to do false flags now because everybody has a cell phone that can make a camera and picture. So these false flags, the government has a hard time. And the real problem they have is anybody can upload something within seconds of it happened, the Internet. So now they're pushing to censor the Internet. A lot of your guests were talking about it tonight. They don't want that type of flow of information going out, and they're marginalizing and separating us of which one's good and which one's bad. And then you see a lot of the alternative media in the beginning used to be pretty sincere. Now they're, to keep their game up, to keep their racket and the blood money flowing, they got to pander to the left or the right. If they don't pander left or right, they get cut out. And here's the thing. They control the topics. Why is it that every election it's the same things? Pro-life, pro-Israel, gay marriage. It's the same issues because they contain the issues of the script. If you don't go with the script, you don't get media. So if you look at Bernie Sanders, he went off the script. Everybody knows that. So the media wasn't going to cover him. You're going off the script. You're talking about breaking up the bankers, the cartel. Well, we can't let you go ahead. So the media blackmails you. So if you ran for office tomorrow in the congressional district in your area and you go off the script, no one's going to fund you. You won't find any corporations or companies that will fund you, and no media is going to touch you. So they have us controlled by the script. So if you go look at Open Secrets, and I want your viewers to take the time in their own states and go look at the electorals, the people that were brought in the congressional and Senate, and look at the blood money. And then you'll see some of these guys run a pose. Some of them don't even pose as their district. It's the 535. And the only thing we can do is vote every single one of them out. Until we have a power to do that, this presidency is just a scam. Donald Trump is he's a master con artist. Now, everyone says, well, give Trump a chance. Let's give him some time. Well, we did this before, but they're having a hard time doing false flags now. with the media that we have on the internet now, and everyone has a cell phone. So what they're doing, here's another. And there was one lady talked about the federal, the oil is the Federal Reserve. The currency wars are over the oil. If you look at the OPEC nations, and you look at the non-OPEC nations, the OPEC nations and us want to control the Federal Reserve, which is the price of the currency. The other nations like Russia, Iran, that aren't OPEC, they're trying to control the price of oil, and they don't want anyone control the price of oil because then the dollar takes a hit, and when the dollar takes a hit, everything gets disvalued. But as far as this Trump thing, I don't believe it's going anywhere. He's going to do a few good things. He's a grandstander. He's a very bright guy using media. But if you look at that cabinet, all it is fascism 101 with the red team at the top.
I love it. I love it.
Thank
Thank you, Chris. I got to leave it there, brother. Give it up for Chris. Dropped a lot of truth bombs tonight. I appreciate you, man. I gave you an extra 230, all right? We good, right? All right. Next call. Thank you for holding on. 760. Hey, 760. Thank you for having patience. I appreciate you. What's your name and where you calling from? All right. Somebody went to sleep on me. 760.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I plead the fifth.
All right. It's all good. Somebody need to take some asthma medicine. 734. How you doing? You live with Tim Black?
Tim.
Who's this?
Hey Tim, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
This is Jack from Michigan. How are you?
Talk to me, Jack. What's on your mind tonight, my friend?
Oh, well, I think the overall lesson would be to have a Merry Christmas because this is kind of a lot of political discussions tonight, and it's good to just spread a lot more joy in the world so we can, end the corruption in government and overall just have a good message, spread a lot of goodwill to people. And that last caller is probably the most inspirational caller so far because he spread a lot of good information. He kind of sounds like John Taffer a little bit from Bar Rescue. I don't know if a lot of people, but yeah, he's a very, very intelligent guy, and I was listening to it the whole way. Maybe you should have him as a co-host too. That guy is pretty smart.
Okay. Well, look, man, thank you for your comments, and I'm sure my friend Chris loves to hear that, man.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, you got it. Thank you, Jack from Michigan. Give it up for Jack, man. Call up with some positivity. We all need positivity. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Did I clear the queue? Let me make sure. Let me go back here to this number here. 615. Did you have an opportunity to speak yet?
Not yet.
Hey,
Not
well,
yet.
I'm glad you stayed on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
Chad, and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
Chad from Nashville. Give it up for Chad waiting on the line, man. Chad is cool.
Oh, man. That was so funny, the person sleeping. That made me laugh. Tim, man, I'm going to say it. I appreciate you. I really enjoy your insight, your conversation. And it's where to go, man. There's so many things to talk about, so many things to go over. And that's I guess been my struggle, because I think everybody's at the same part. We kind of see the corruptions, we see what's going on, but we're trying to figure out how to make the next move, make the next jump to where we can come together. I've been really trying to. First off, we could talk about the Syria issue in Russia. I do believe that they are trying to amp up a war, that they're trying to feed the war and get everybody hyped up on it and make everybody upset where they feel like we're supposed to do something, like we need to do something. I can't believe that they've, hacked America. So everything plays together because we all have the same problem. It's the corporations, it's the money in politics, it's the people that are pretty much funding the policies in order that funnels down to, that creates all our lives, the climate that we all live in. What bothers me is when it comes to, even President Obama today was talking about, I guess the leaks or whatever. He said that there were phony stories or something in there, but I don't understand why they would be worried about somebody hacking in something if it was something that was false. And so, I mean, obviously it's true. We know that it's been authenticated. I always get kind of like trying to there's so many things to put together. So, trying to frame it. Anyways, they don't talk about the Qatar and Saudi Arabia funding ISIS. That alone right there, that specific key element is what I keep going back to. Because they give, the Clinton Foundation money, and then $80 billion in weapons deals goes to Saudi Arabia, like the biggest weapons deal. Obviously when Secretary Clinton was secretary, while she was still secretary. So my point is trying to get back to this because you were talking about something about the structural racism, and this is something else I've been trying to work on, and I've kind of seen how it all plays into effect. It has to do with the corporate media and how they paint the picture, they create the narrative. So, my goal is to use the drain the swamp logic for the Trump supporters, to use that principle, because Trump supporters specifically understand how the media can paint the picture. They understand that from the election. They see it from their point of view. Bernie Sanders supporters see it from their point of view in the primaries. So we have like some certain things that are in common, because it's all the corporate greed, the money in politics, these people that are pulling the strings. These are the people that are all of our problems have to do with them. So my suggestion, I guess, is and see what you think about this, is the approach that we have towards Trump supporters. Trevor Noah was on the Breakfast Club, and he was talking about racism, and how, like, once somebody comes out as racist or whatnot, they get fired, they get outcast, they get, but where are they outcasted to? They're still part of society. They're still people. They're still, what's the end result? I mean, we want to change people's hearts, change people's minds. So, coming with a certain perspective and a certain wave of public perspective, narrative, about how we attack and approach people that are misinformed. It's like a lot of people that have issues with Muslims. What they do is they fan the flames on the media about ISIS and all this kind of stuff that Hillary Clinton, and we're funding them, we're giving them weapons, indirectly or however. So, all these things kind of affect each other to paint the picture together. So my thing, what I want to put a little bug in your ear, is about possibly putting together a panel, because I hear everybody talking about Jimmy Dore is one of my favorite right now. H.A. Goodman, of course, and you. I listen to you guys the most because I like the points that you focus on, because it's all about focus. When you focus on certain points, that's what you're going to base everything off of. That logic, that was fundamental. Judicial Watch, Cornel West, obviously Jill Stein, and really put together a panel and almost create our own cabinet, our own people that we want to run this country. I'm getting to the point where I really believe that with the right minds coming together, that can represent the different cultures, the different demographics. If we can individualize, if we can grab each one of those and put them all under the same umbrella in order to work together for the common good. But I mean, obviously it's a lot of work. It's a big idea, but I mean, I really believe, with what you guys are talking about and the perspective in which that you lay everything out, I think that is the future, because it's a consciousness. It's becoming aware, and it's a conscious evolution, I guess, that everybody's becoming. So
wow, Chad, wow, man, that's a lot. And hey, man, well, look, it's something to think about. I don't know exactly how that would work, and bringing all those multiple pieces together. Of course, I'm a big fan of Joe Stein and Cornel West, man, no doubt, man. Come on. But thank you for calling up, and thank you for hanging on the line, Chad.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
You got it, man. Good points made as well, brother. Good points. Very good points.
Thank you, sir.
No doubt.
Have a good one.
You too. I cleared the queue. I love when I clear the queue. I love when I get all the callers in. Nobody got left out, man. That's perfect, man. Give it up for cleaning the queue. All my great callers, man. Folks, it's important to me. I try to do that. That's my job. My only job is time management. And kind of like find out, okay, when to move it. I got a timer, but I don't like cutting people off mid-sentence. You don't want to be rude. I try not to be rude. Donald Trump has an opportunity. I'm not going to say he's going to take it, but this guy could really change politics. Donald Trump destroyed the Republican Party. Do you realize that? And he could destroy the Democratic Party. He could. He could put a fork in it. You know how he could do that? If he embraces African Americans, seriously, if he focuses on African Americans, he will have forever reshaped the electorate. If he does that. It's over for the Democrats if he does that. Obama may end up being your last Democratic president if Trump plays it right. He could change politics. I'm not saying he will. I'm saying the potential is there. He's just destroyed the Republican Party. That thing is in shambles, baby. Democrats next. That's all he has to do. Do some summer jobs, and black people will never stop talking about it. They'll never vote with Democratic again. If Trump is able to make black folks think he is not racist, forget all these talking heads, forget all these black liberal writers, call him every name they could call him, not putting things in context at all, and some things they're saying is true, but really amping it up, making it white lash and all this stuff. Let them keep doing that. If Trump gave some summer jobs to inner city kids, those kids and their parents wouldn't vote Democrat ever again. And I don't care how many Sean Kings you throw out, it won't matter. Nobody will listen to them. If those journalists were so influential, Hillary would have won, because all of them lined up behind Hillary, and she lost. So that just goes to show you how influential they really are. Once again, mark my words, y'all. Now, Trump could do this. I'm not saying he will, and I'm going to do a video to this later at another time when I do a little bit more research. But I really feel Trump is very dangerous for a lot of other reasons than people recognize. In order for the Democrats to win elections, they have to win the black vote. That's really why they're pissed off that Kanye stopped by the Trump Tower. Because when they say they don't want to normalize Trump, you're right, they don't want to normalize Trump. Because if they normalize Trump, black folks ain't got to vote Democrat no more. Then what they going to do? I'm Tim Black. Thank you for tuning in. Go to TimBlackTV.com. Get yourself some Tim Black coffee. Stop letting the system pimp you. Where's my voters? Where's my voters? Where's she at? Where you at? Where my voters at? You better get me my votes. Scare them people and get me my votes. Also pick up a shirt. Happy Friday to you, man. You crazy kids. I love you. Thank you for tuning into this show. Thank you for putting up with me. And thank you for having my back. If you like this show, you like this content, where is my votes? What is wrong with Tim Black? It's Friday. Go to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live, and donate monthly, whether it be $25 or $250,000, whatever you got. I'm also thinking about getting a Tim Black mobile. That's right, a Tim Black mobile. We're gonna car with some character. I was talking to Justin, 64 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, about this today. We're gonna get a car with some character, make it the Tim Black mobile, and we're gonna put my name on it. We're gonna use that to travel around, do streaming, and just do something different. And that's something we want to do. So just want to let you guys know that's on the way. It's something we want to do, and we don't want no new car. I don't want a new car. I don't want no 2000 nothing. I want something with some age on it. You know, something that you'd be like, yeah, that's a Tim Black mobile right there. You know, something like that. You know, it's just a thought that we're going to make happen. All right, guys, thank you so much once again. I got love for you. I see you on the next show. My callers are great. My viewers are phenomenal. And our mission is clear. Come together, stand for something, and fall for anything. Because while you sitting around nitpicking over issues, while you sitting there blaming poor people for being poor,
You gonna eat your cornbread.
the powers that be, the establishment, the system that my man Chris talked about, it just keeps on eating up cornbread. It just keeps eating it. Piping hot out the oven, nice and hot. Put a little butter on that thing, maybe a little honey.
Nobody take no cornbread from me.
That's what you should be saying. You should be saying nobody take no cornbread from you. But instead, once again, you're looking over there, you're looking at your brother, you're looking at your sister, looking at the person because they live in a different region. Maybe they worship differently. Maybe they just got different accent. I don't know. And you're focusing on that instead of focusing on the things that you both have in common. Like, yeah, you want your kids to go to school. Learn some stuff. Be safe. Be able to walk the street. Be able to buy groceries that don't kill you. Be able to drink the water. Instead of focusing on that, you allow yourselves to be distracted by things that are controlled by this media that are fed into your head.
Maybe I ought to eat your cornbread.
And since you're distracted, you ain't eating your cornbread. I might as well eat it for you because, you know, hey, I need clicks, ratings. You know, that's what the establishment's thinking. You doggone right. They'll put out a false narrative to get you to buy into it. Why not? It works. You keep buying. You ain't no time to be looking up stuff, find out what's really going on. Might as well just, you know, buy into whatever they tell me to buy into. We got to be smarter. We got to be wiser. We have to be willing to do the research. And if not, at least research who you listen to. If they're always on the same side all the time, it's a reason. Because the truth is seldom always on one side.
There's gonna be consequences and repercussions.
Do it, or there's going to be consequences or repercussions. I'm Tim Black. I'll catch you next time. I appreciate you. See you on the next video. Shout out to everybody that called in tonight. Shout out to my main man, Momo Pineno, my man, Iron Man Oz, my callers, Mystical for calling up, Chris for dropping them bombs, Melissa, Vesta, Tyree, send me that email, Tyree, Ben from Portland, Catherine, Dominique, Melissa, Bruce, Chad, Jack, Rob You Blind, Catherine, Jenny Ray, Jane, my man Marvin out there in California, making me jealous, man, with that great weather. I love you guys. Thanks for having my back. And all my people on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and YouTube. No, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Blog Talk Radio. What am I talking about? And Facebook. Man, you Facebook guys, you guys are great. Thank you for having my back, guys. I appreciate it. Drums, please. And like I always say, don't let nobody take your cornbread. And stop being tricked out by the Democratic Party. I would say the Republican Party, but you know, I don't know how many of y'all watch. Stop being tricked out by the two-party system. There's a Republican pimp out there. You be pimping them. Vote against your interests, dummy. Because we would both drink beer together. I'm rich as hell. Of course I drink a beer with you, you dummy. Dummy. No, I wouldn't. Actually, I wouldn't. Get away from me. That's really what they, people vote Republican. Some poor people vote Republican. I don't know he wouldn't have a beer with you. George W. Bush. They voted for George W. Bush. He seemed like a guy to have a beer with. No, he seemed like the guy who owned a beer company. This is the same thing. Just because he doesn't talk well doesn't mean he's an elitist prick. Hasn't touched a steering wheel other than a golf cart in the last 50 years. Oh, he seems like the kind of guy you could have a beer. No. He would never sit down with you. He's rich, really rich. Oil money rich. Let me play the music, man. I'm getting in trouble. Too much.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
And I talk so much, my music went away. But that's okay. I got backup. Make it get your backup.
Tim Black.
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana.
Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
That's right. I think this looks cool, man. Y'all had me feeling self-conscious about my afro, man. I'm going to rock this. I'm going to go to the store and be like, give me my stuff, people. Peace. Where's my Democrat voters? Where's my voters? Peace.